Hello everybody in Astro Weatherland at AstroLada. It's lovely to be with you. I'm Kesenya. I am your relationship astrologer reader at the Astrolada channel. It's lovely to be with you. And in this week's Astro Weather Watch, what a week we've got. We're looking at the first week of July. And on the 4th of July, Venus is going to conjunct Uranus at the anaretic degree of Taurus. Now, whoa, get ready because this is a big one when it occurs at the anaretic degree. These are two very fascinating planets and they have an annual conjunction together, but this one is important because it's going to bring about karmic results. So if you're interested in love and romance and dating, then there's likely to be a lot of karma involved with any love, romance and dating that you're undertaking at this time. If you're in a relationship, what unfolds between you and your lover at this time is going to be also similarly very karmic as well. Be aware if you're looking for new love, this transit does not usually bring affairs that last, but rather affairs that help you get your mojo back. And perhaps after a time of tumbleweeds, if you're in a relationship, then getting some electricity, Uranus energy, back into your connection might be called for around the 4th of July. Perfect for 4th of July celebrations in America. Do something surprising, do something unconventional and out of the ordinary with your loved one on the 4th of July. It's an exciting time of sort of bubbles, if you like, of effervescence in the areas of love, but also in money, because Venus rules money. No more stagnation with either. There's going to be a lot of liberation with money and love at this time. Shaking things up now can prove really beneficial for your hip pocket or for your contacts list. So take the time on the 4th of July to revise your budget or your investments or your connections and make any changes that you feel are necessary, and certainly trust your intuition on those processes now. Also on the 4th of July, Neptune's going to turn retrograde. Neptune will be retrograding from 2 degrees of Aries back to 29 degrees of Pisces. So crossing over back into the sign of Pisces where he has been for the last 14 years before he then moves forward and settles into Aries on a permanent basis. Now, Neptune is a misty energy. That's the word for him, astronomically and astrologically. So when this giant blue planet of gas goes retrograde, it's at its closest proximity to Earth, and therefore its influence is amplified to we small earthlings. So we might find that our vagueness and dreaminess increases. We might lose the usual clarity with which we manifest our longings. It can make us more sensitive, so do be careful around difficult escapist practices like alcohol and drugs. It won't take as much effort, if you like, for them to work. So be very careful because your sensitivity can be heightened. Fears and phobias can arise, as can your psychic intuition and connection with the astral plane. So take note of your dreams. Take note of what spirit seems to be bubbling up in you. Misplaced compassion and martyrdom are also some of the shadow effects of Neptune retrograde. So be very aware of overgiving or giving yourself away for the benefit of someone else while you suffer. These are some of the negative hallmarks of a retrograde Venus. But on the plus side, if you are spiritually inclined or a creative, mystical type of soul, your time has come. The juices will be flowing now, the inspiration is in abundance, and the potential spiritual bliss is closer than you ever dreamed. Just reach out for it, my friends. And this influence of retrograde Neptune is active for about five-ish months. Okay, on the 5th of July, Venus is going to move into the sign of Gemini after conjuncting with Uranus. What a playful time this is going to be for lovers of all ages and all walks of life. Gemini wants to have fun, and Venus adores her luxuries and her pleasures. It's good times. So we tend to handle love and relationships with more lightness of being when we've got Venus transiting through Gemini. We're more chatty, we're more open, we're more curious about our partners as well as life in general. Now, knowledge gives us a sense of delight also. During this transit, it's about a month long, we might receive some happy news, we might learn some really valuable information, we might upgrade a life skill that makes our journey more bountiful. Let the breezes of Gemini flow through your love life and your financial affairs, and you will find your peace. Now, on the 7th of July, we are seeing Uranus enter into Gemini. This is a biggie. I'm not going to discuss this here. There's plenty of videos online all about Uranus moving into Gemini. Just note that it's happening on the 7th of July. But also on the 7th of July, Venus is trining Pluto at 3 degrees. And this is like bit like the energy, a trine between Pluto and Venus, a bit like the energy of the old film stars in Hollywood, Marlene Dietrich, Sophia Loren, Marilyn Monroe, Bridget Bardot. What did they all have in common? Sex appeal, Pluto, Venus. Not that they necessarily had Pluto, Venus trines in their chart, but they had the energy present, exhibiting through who they were and who they were designed to be on the screen. And this is, that sex appeal is what is attractive about this day, the 7th of July for us as well. We feel deeply about the people we care about and love. We feel passionate about what we love. Our desire increases and we hunger after affection under this energy. And it's much easier to get those things fulfilled with a Venus-Pluto trine in the air. Pluto is the ancient god of great wealth as well. And he is dancing in a most beautiful way with Venus on the 7th of July, the ruler of finances. So this might see us deeply researching our financial options, revising our budget, or making some secret investments that could really pay off for us due to this auspicious energy. If we establish our financial moves, our new budget, if we, create a new budget under this energy, we are under the influence with our budget of Pluto trine to Venus. It is beneficial and it brings blessing into life. And really, my friends, that's all that's happening in the astral skies this week. I hope this energy helps you be forewarned, forearmed, and get the most out of the astro weather. Remember, this is a weather report. A lot of what occurs will be very much dependent on your natal chart, but this is a general look at what is happening out there in the ether. May you all be blessed, especially as Uranus transits into Gemini for the first time in 84 years this week.